I am here at the entrance to Timimoun. This is a city in the central part of Algeria. And so I have been traveling here all day by bus and by shared taxi, and it's been a very interesting experience. So I think something that is really unique about this area of Algeria is just that the people are much darker skinned. And of course you would see on the coast where the population is far more Arab, but even towards Béchar, where you have a lot more Berber type people. And so in this region of Algeria, you're seeing far more Touareg and people that are of these tribes that are more in northern Mali, northern Niger. So that mixing of sub-Saharan and Saharan Africa occurs in these southern parts of Algeria, which I find very fascinating and really interesting to observe these people. They're very good looking, very beautiful, and it's so unique to see those cultures shift as you get further south. Just admiring this absolutely beautiful mosque at sunset. These blue clouds, it really gets the light perfect here. And the red is such a nice addition. I'm walking around a bit of the old city area here just after sunset. You can see some, looks like old abandoned buildings here. So these are some of the older ones. And then around here, we have the modern buildings. I have just winded my way through this little town here, through the narrow streets to come out to this beautiful backdrop. You can see the sunset in the distance, the sand dunes way out here, and some of the old homes here. It is just incredible here in Timimoun. I am really taken aback by this sunset. I have not seen something like this in a long time. It's very beautiful. So as soon as the sun goes down, you can hear the call to prayer start. There we go. It's time to pray. This here is mainama. It is a slow-cooked lamb leg that is chopped up and served with onions and spices. Something that I've actually seen while traveling in Mali and in Sierra Leone. Popular West African dish here, this slow-cooked meat. The mainama with the onion. Okay. I love this food. Now we are going to try some of the Algerian pizza. What makes pizza Algerian? How has it become Algerian pizza?
Like Italian.
It's like Italian pizza? Okay.
Yeah, same.
It's the same, okay. It's nothing Algerian. Just made in Algeria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check.
Oh, that's good. So we're trying some of the tea now.
زيد واحد.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. It's a good.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Very good. Good morning from Timimoun. I'm waking up to this beautiful view over the desert oasis here from this castle-like structure I'm staying in. You can see down here. I'm actually in a hotel tonight. I'm staying with a friend here, but I can't stay at his home tonight, so he was generous enough to put me up in this hotel. And of course, I'm the only guest here, as has been my experience throughout all of Algeria. But it's really nice to be staying here at this really beautiful property. I'll show a few videos of some of the architecture. It's a newer hotel, of course, not an ancient building, but built in the ancient style, so very beautiful architecture. Good morning from Timimoun city center. I am here walking around a bit of the city, exploring and seeing some of the sights. One thing I haven't commented on yet in my Algerian travel story, but something I wanted to maybe get a little more time here before I could give an opinion. But one thing I heard before coming to Algeria was that the country is almost like a police state. So police everywhere, secret police everywhere. You know, if you're filming, you're often confronted by them. And so far that hasn't been my experience at all. I've had zero run-ins with the police, no difficulties. No problems on the coast. I've also traveled in the interior to Bashar, Timimoun, no problems. I will be traveling to a few more cities, so we'll see if that holds up. But so far in my experience, Algeria is very easy to travel around, no issues with police, very enjoyable, and just overall great. I think perhaps one of the reasons why I've had less trouble traveling here in Algeria is just the nature of my travel. It is more low profile. I'm doing it independently, and so keeping under the radar. But I think another important aspect, much of this information I've heard about police issues and things like of that sort were from previous years, so from several years ago. And of course, the 2019 Algerian Revolution, whatever you want to call it, the Revolution of Smiles, which led to the changing of Algeria's leader, has changed a lot about the country and enabled more freedoms for people. It significantly made my visa process easier. Prior to coming to Algeria, if Americans wanted to come here, it was very, very difficult to get a visa. You'd often wait months and then it would be denied. And I got my visa in 2 days at the consulate in New York. So a lot has changed. Algeria is much more open, and perhaps that is seen in the limited amount of police hassling me here. You know, virtually no run-ins at all, so it's been really nice. Throughout Timimoun, you'll see some of these historical structures here. Some of them are abandoned, like this one here, and then some more modern homes like this one here. And so what is going on is many of these older buildings are part of a historical registry, so they can't be torn down, but they're abandoned because they don't serve much of a useful purpose anymore. And so you have a interesting mix of old and new together. walking through some of the old streets here in Timimoun. You can see some of this architecture to my side, these walls, some under construction, some built. I think something that's very unique about Timimoun and Algeria in general, you know, in many ways this city reminds me of Marrakesh. It's a city of red, similar architecture, and very beautiful, like Marrakesh. But the big difference is I'm literally the only tourist here. So when you go to Marrakesh, you're constantly hounded by people trying to sell you something, trying to offer you some sort of service. But here in Algeria, I've been here 5 days and I haven't seen a person that was a tourist my entire time. And I've been all over the country. I did see one person in the airport. And so on my flight, there was one person that was not Algerian. But apart from that, it's just been me. And so I think that's something that's really cool about Algeria is you just get this very unique experience that you wouldn't get in any other country. It's just me here. Got someone's rather large home here. And again, you can see the little balls, which is a part of the architectural style here that helps reduce the amount of heat. And so they make these out of clay and attach them to their walls. There are these very interesting covered pathways throughout the city to deal with the heat. It's significantly cooler when you come inside one of these. Of course, in the winter right now, that's not a problem, but I imagine when, the temperature is extremely hot here in the summer, that's very important. I've come across a small farm, and so in order to grow their food here, they get the water from the oasis so it can irrigate these crops. And that's how you can turn the desert into some place that people can live. In my journey around the city, I came across this very nice hotel. So if you are coming to visit Algeria, you don't always have to stay in local homestays like me or some small hotels. You can really live it up here in luxury if that is your style.
سلام ورحمة الله.